How to open dimensional space. Ancient Hindu Aayyanists found that talas and lokas could be opened by inscribing the ancient Dravidian Aayyanist yantras, or scripts, onto the ground, or onto stones. By inscribing these sacred symbols onto the ground, either physically, mentally, or spiritually, the doorways to this realm and others could be opened. This knowledge was taught to us by the god Murugan Aaiyyan 100,000 years ago. In ancient Aayyanist lore, 20 to 100,000 years ago, the link between all the realms or dimensions was closer than it was now. It was said to be the heyday of spirituality, and many of the ancient tales of Hinduism stem from this time. It was a time when man was young, and still had direct links to the gods. Murugan, the forest dweller, lent his wisdom to man and showed him the ancient Dravidian language of the gods, and presented them with the inscriptions that could break down the barriers between our reality and the true reality. These inscriptions were honed and perfected by the Hindu Aayyanists that came after the first humans. This continued until around 15,000 BC, when the Kalayans, a very powerful group of Hindu sages, tried to inscribe the symbols that would link their emperor directly with Brahman. To explain what this means would take several books, but the end result was the destruction of the ancient Dravidian Aayyanist kingdoms. The inscriptions, however, lived on, and many Aayyanists still use them today, to break the barriers between lokas, positive dimensions, and our reality. They do this to bring forth positive healing energy. However, Tantric Aayyanists, notably the Aaiyyanist school, use the darker symbols to open up talas, and commune with those entities that exist there. To open the tala, you simply need to inscribe, or write, the ancient Dravidian yantras onto the floor. You can then optionally meditatively chant, or call the name of the tala. To open and summon a negative entity, a demon, you draw the tala that the entity exists in, and then chant the name aloud, or via your mind. Just thinking the name will work, as it is the intent that is important, and energy and demonic entities do not converse in the usual sense, via sound waves, but via psychic energy waves of intent and will. In summary, to open a tala you can just draw the inscription, and meditate on it. To summon an entity you must open the tala, and then call the entity. This is the difference between summoning an entity and opening a dimension. You can write the tala yantra using charcoal on paper, pen on ink, sand on the floor, or any method you find appropriate. It has been reported that some Aaiyyan-linked groups have been using a mixture of their own bodily fluids. This is their choice, and as Aayyanists we can neither condone nor condemn. What is most important is the intent, and the actual inscription. So you can actually use a print, though it is better to physically inscribe it yourself, to bind yourself to the tala, so that you can bind others. The inscriptions that are presented in this course were created by a high-level Aayyanist whose will and intent saturate the work. If you would like a high-resolution image, please email the Aayyan World Foundation at info@aayyan.org, and they will send you a copy for free. In the next sections of the course, we will show you the method of opening a tala for specific entities.